at stack and stack and stack, which is really, really against, the rules and protocols of not even just the hospital, of like federal guidelines too. But there just needs to be enough room. I can't really tell you exactly because I don't know. It really depends on the size of the ASC itself as well and how many cases they do. But I just in general, it needs to be large enough to contain all of the equipment, all of the sterilizers, all of the instrumentation in an organized and federally aligning fashion.
Yeah, got it. So in terms of, I guess this isn't going to be that big of an issue, especially if you have a hospital SPD, but are you worried about improperly cleaned equipment?
Yes. Drills have holes in them. Lumen is basically what we call them, which requires them to be sterilized in a different fashion, and they need to be properly cleaned and decontaminated beforehand in a proper way. Because, again, we are drilling bone. We are cutting into bone. Bone can be manipulated in a way that it can be very tiny. They can be shaved pieces, which means that they can get inside specific nooks in instrumentation. This is a problem in general for any and all hospitals and ASCs. I've opened trays before and I've seen bone inside, even though it looked clean. Again, this is not specific to ASCs. This is just in general. It is a general problem. Not huge, but it is an issue that should not be ignored.
Okay, got it. So if we could talk a little bit about disposable power tools then. Are you familiar with them at all? What have you seen or heard, if you have?
My capacity for disposable ones is only related to CKD or CJK. Oh my God. CKD.
Yeah.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah, Creutzfeldt Jakob.
Yes. That's my only capacity for using them. Otherwise using them for ASCs in general, I think that for where we are with where technology is, I think it'd be kind of terrible. I've never used it more than maybe twice, but I would imagine that disposable tools are, number one, a waste, very large waste. Two, are probably not as powerful as the non-disposable. Mm-hmm. And three, I would imagine would cost more right now at our current stage than non-disposable.
Got it.
And again, there's also, surgeons will view them as these are highly manufactured items, which means that there will be problems with them.
Okay.
You are going to get a bad bunch at some point, or you're going to get one bad every out of 10. This is just true for anything that's manufactured on a massive level. So.
Right. In terms of any benefits that you see with disposable power tools, can you talk about those a little bit?
It is technically safer for patients for infection. That's probably the only thing I can say about it.
Okay.
Because you are opening new every single time. And the actual integrity of the actual drill itself will depend on how well it's manufactured, so I can't really attest to that.
So in terms of waste, you talked about that as being a major concern. Let's say, for all intents and purposes, that they come out to be good capital investment and that they actually do decrease costs somehow per case. And then
they would totally be for it.
What?
Then they would totally all be for it. If you can prove if you can prove that it costs less and that it's the same patient outcomes as far as no infection, and the surgeons their feedback will be probably 90% of that decision making. If the surgeons like it, then and it is cheaper, and let me make sure that's clear, and it's cheaper, then yes, I'm sure hospitals and surgeons will jump for it.
Okay, got it. And so cost and performance, or really cost and surgeon opinion, are the two major factors in deciding whether to buy disposables?
Yeah, because when I talk about waste, that comes off as satisfaction. Like the surgeons will probably think it's wasteful, which means they don't like it, and then like the staff, like a staff nurse like myself, would not Right. We do think about these things during the case. We do think about cost and how much waste it is. So, but like I said, if you can